emails on an app, like you're thinking of it. You want to get your idea out of your head somewhere. You could show you some grant money, child. Welcome. Holla at me through Hearts. If you got a business that is not doing as well as you would like it to right now, that's okay. You can still apply for and win grants. Yes, you can still apply for and win grants, even if your business isn't out of your head yet, being in the startup space. Right now, I see Jackie R is in first place with our hearters. Okay, our lovers. Momster is in second place with the most hearts, and Miss Ivy League is in third place. The comments are off right now, so if you guys are coming in like, "Why we can't say nothing in the comments?" Because they off. You're welcome. I'm gonna turn them on in a minute. We're gonna do Q&A, but I want to make sure that you're in the right place. So talk to me through hearts. So we're hearting the live if we are black. We're hearting the live if we are women. We're hearting the live if we are for profit small business owners. Heart the live if you're in the United States. This is for those of you who are like wondering, how do I know if I qualify for a grant? You're telling me through hearts. These are literal application questions on small business grants. This is Black Women in Grants, and we talk all things grants for Black women, for profit small business owners. So you're telling me you're Black by hearting the live on your screen, just like this. Do like this to your screen. You heart the live. You're a woman. You're tapping. You're for profit, small business owner, and you're based in the United States. I'm not sure how other countries work, but I know how grants work here in the US. And we're going to talk about some of the changes that are coming to grants as well. But y'all talk to me in the chat. When we get to 10K hearts, we'll dive deeper into some conversation. So we're at 6.9K. I know we can do it. It's 38 of you guys here. So if you're Black, you're a woman, you're a for profit small business owner based in the United States and over the age of 18, let me know. Tap your age in hearts. If you 100, girl, you should have got started already. Stop complaining and tap that screen. Amen. Tap your screen. And how many revolves around the sun? My birthday coming, and my birthday is on Thanksgiving this year, y'all. I'm a Thanksgiving baby. I'm a Valentine's Day gift unwrapped on Thanksgiving. Thanks for giving me this child I prayed for. I was literally prayed for. My mama wanted a girl, and here I am. The answer to somebody's prayer. Your business is the answer to somebody's prayer. A grant can be the answer to your prayer. But I'm just saying, tap how old you is in hearts. Right now, Around the Clock has taken over first place in our hearters, okay? Jackie is in second place, and Shashu is in third place. So y'all keep tapping. Talk to me through hearts, through taps. All right. So you're Black, you're a woman, you're for profit, based in the United States, over the age of 18. Black woman, for profit, small business owner. Black woman, for profit, small business owner, based in the United States, over the age of 18. And here's the final one: you own at least 51% of your business. That's 7 things. Black, put a finger down if you're Black. Put a finger down if you're a woman. So, Black woman, for profit, small business owner, based in the United States, over the age of 18, and own 51% of your business. It has to be 51 to 100%. So, in hearts, tap how many percentages of your business you own. If it's 100%, you need to do 100 taps. If it's 51%, you can do 51 taps. I don't know how 50/50 businesses work. I was talking to a lawyer yesterday, and she mentioned how it needs to be 51% because who makes the final decision if it's a 50/50 split? Well, with grants, they won't be that patient. They're more like, it needs to be Black, woman owned, for profit, small business, based in the United States. They need to be over the age of 18. And the woman in the business that is minority needs to be majority owner of that business, starting at 51%. So you got 1% more than a 50/50 partnership. But if you have 100%, that's fine. Just tap your 100 times, etc. Okay. And then as a bonus, just let me know that you're here because you know you need a grant. Like you either, hold on. Let me read you to you. I wrote you out. We haven't even met yet, but I'm going to tell you who you are. It's in my new notebook, too. I just started a new notebook. Okay, so holler at me in hearts if this is you. Maybe your business doesn't have a lot of money right now, or it doesn't have enough for you to get started. So you're a startup looking to get started. You should be talking to me in hearts. Um, you might not have good enough credit. So you're like, I wonder if grants check your credit. They don't. So heart. Right now, people don't know that it's you tapping. I can see first, second, and third place. So I can tell who's resonating with this the most through their hearts. But you're hollering at me through hearts on your screen if this is you. But you want to start a business, or I'm trying to read my handwriting. It's not as bright over here as I would like it to be. Need financial help. Holler at me through hearts on your screen. I think we need to be. Oh, okay. Y'all got me to 20K likes. Y'all said we can do better than 10. Let me holler at you. Okay. What can I see the hearts on? Okay, maybe they'll come on later. If you need that financial help or backing to get the ideas out of your head. I'm trying to read my handwriting, y'all. I wrote this about you. Holler at me in the hearts. Tap if this is you. You need more money to expand your already started business. Holler at me through hearts. It's 47 of y'all here. We should be at like 50K by now at this point. Not only do you need more money to expand a business you've already started, but you want to do upgrades. It's time for me to strengthen my prescription. Speaking of upgrades, I got to go up to the next one. So you need like new tech. So think laptops, desktops, tablets, phone, camera, headphones. What else we got? All the gadgets. I got external hard drives. I'm looking on my desk with things that grants have given me. Flash drives, the little thing with all the ports in case your laptop or desktop don't have a lot of ports. Yeah, tech. Upgrades. Tanika Sands Hendricks, she is a swim instructor in New York. She won a $5,000 grant from Lenovo, the people who actually design Bapurdas, as my little niece used to call computers, for small business owners. They gave her $5,000 in tech upgrades. She got a new printer, desktop, laptop, tablet, keyboard, mouse, headphones, Fitbit, you name it, tech upgrade. Is that you? You need that? Holla at me through hearts, 57 people here. All right. Tap if this is you. You're tired of using your own money, child. You like, get somebody else to do it. Please, Jesus, give me a grant. You've already started a business, or you're in the startup phase where you're trying to launch that product or service, but you need to keep your own money because you want to do other stuff with your money, but you want somebody else to pay for the things to get you started in the business or keep the business going. Tap. Y'all are talking to me through hearts, and you're letting me know that you're in the right place. We're going to open up comments momentarily, but I need to make sure that I'm talking to the right people. It's 50 of y'all here, so we should be closer to 50K at some point. Okay. Holla at me through hearts if you are ready to rebrand. You're ready to relaunch. You're ready to pivot your business. You need financial or educational coaching, consulting, support. But again, you want somebody else to pay for that. Like, you want to do it. You need it. But shall get somebody else to pay for it. Tap. Talk to me through taps. Let me know. I'm listening. Around the Clock is in first place with the most hearts during the live, and I've been here with y'all for 15 minutes. Mama G is number 2, second place, and Jackie is currently in third place with the most hearts. And then finally, if you want financial help to serve and support more people through your business, whether it's like you want to do a community service project, get into what we call social impact, helping like maybe customers in need, low income clientele, etc. Like you just really have a heart to give back, whether it's discounting services, you want to do some free, but you really wish you had the funding to back it. Holla at me through hearts. Let me know. So just as a recap, if you're just joining us, we're talking through hearts. Simply hearting your screen. If you are Black, if you are a woman, if you're a for-profit small business owner based in the United States, over the age of 18, own at least 51% of your business, you need a grant. right? And we just went through how to know if you're in the right place. Even by being on this live, just turn my page. Let me get back there and remind y'all, you're here because you have no money or not enough coming into the business. You don't have good credit. So sometimes, you're like, dang, I wish I can go get a loan or something, but that's the first thing they're gonna check. I had a conversation with a loan officer today. I like to fell asleep on the phone, but I got y'all some good information. So grants don't check your credit. You do not need good credit to win a grant. They don't check your background history. They're not looking for collateral or a cosigner, or you don't have to pay interest. They will not, make you pay it back unless we're going to talk about that in a minute. But many of us, we may not have that collateral and don't have the people to crowd fund and ask for money. You can't call mama or grandmama and them like, can I borrow $1 million real quick to start this business? Tap on your screen if that's you. If you need more money to expand your business that you've already started, you want upgrades in tech, software, inventory, you're ready to grow. You might be ready to hire your team, hire staff. Trying to read my handwriting, y'all. Pray for me. Maybe you want to get a bigger space for your building, facility, office space. If you're tired of using your own money and you want to keep your money to pay for bills and other things, so you want somebody else to help you build this business with their money, you're talking to me through TAPS. It's 58 of y'all here. When we get to 50K, I think I may open our comments and have deeper conversations with y'all. So let's see how quick we can get to 50K. Okay. And then almost finally, you're ready to rebrand, relaunch, pivot your business, and you need financial education. You need financial support, educational support, coaching, counseling support to do it. Grants can cover all that, by the way. And then finally, if you want financial help to serve or support more people in your community through community service, social impact, low income customers, clientele, etc., holla at me through TAPS. When we get to 50K, I'm going to open up our comments and talk to y'all more about what you do in your business, how a grant can help you do more in your business, and tell you all about some of the things that are going on. We're about to get into that now anyway. Before I open the comments, but y'all talk to me through TAPS. Let me check on our other live streams. I'm currently streaming on 2 other platforms. I always forget to check in on them. When I check in, they don't know. When I forget about them, they be over there talking. I ain't even paying attention. So I'm looking at y'all, looking at the hearts. Make sure you follow this page. Take a minute to follow this page. We are Black Women in Grants. We talk all things grants for Black women with for-profit small businesses. Those of you who would like to find grants, apply for grants, win grants. By the way, grants are free money. You don't have to pay it back. Not based on your credit. You don't need a business plan to apply for and win a grant. Let's see what else y'all ask me a lot. We're not in the nonprofit space. So nonprofits don't qualify. 50-50 partnerships don't qualify. Franchises don't qualify. MLMs, direct self-marketing, do not qualify for the grants that we win. We don't apply for nonprofit grants. We don't apply for federal funding. We don't apply for government grants. We don't apply for government contracting. We're in the for-profit space, and for-profit is funded by foundations, organizations, corporations, and associations. Those 4 areas: foundations, organizations, corporations, and associations. And so what that could look like are investment firms like Goldman Sachs, banks like Regions Bank, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Chase. I'm trying to think of the names of people who have been on my checks and on the checks of our clients. I'm going to tell you more about both of those in just a moment. But Office Depot, Office Max. My mind is going blank. FedEx, UPS, American Express, MasterCard, Visa. These are all people that have funded grants and what we call grant funded opportunities. If you 67 humans who are here are new here, welcome. My name is Dr. AJ Austin. I am founder of Black Women in Grants. Here's where we live online, and you can find out more about the work we do in the world. It is awesome. We have about 600 mentees in my mentorship program called the Grant Game, because grants are a game, okay? If you're ready to play ethically, legitly, and win consistently, then check us out where we live, right here on Beyonce's internet. Okay. You can also find out more about mentoring with me in our mentorship program when you click on the top left hand corner. I think I grabbed it. Y'all see me, my little circle with my hand? You can click on our profile right here on TikTok. Just make sure, like I told y'all, to follow the page, right? Make sure you're on the right page. It's all lowercase, all one word. Black Women in Grants. No funny spellings, no capital letters, no spaces, no numbers, no symbols. 86,000 of you guys are on our page. We are the official page, Black Women in Grants. When you go to the description on our profile page right here on TikTok, it will walk you step by step through how to join us in our mentorship program. There's a scholarship price to come join us tonight during the live, and there's a bonus for being the first to join. I'm going to tell you about that in just a moment. When we get to 50K hearts, I'm going to open up our comments and you guys can talk to me. I like doing it like this. It's so much more peaceful for my brain to be able to just talk to y'all and y'all ain't throwing me off topic because y'all be talking about everything else. And so y'all will get to talk to me in just a moment. Around the Clock is in first place for the most hearts. She has tapped her screen the most time since being on this live for the last 20 minutes with us. Okay. The Girl You Let Get Away, amen, is number 2. She's in second place. And then Yola, Mama G just took over third place. It happened just as I was announcing it. So congratulations to our top 3 tappers. The more you tap, the more is in it for you. And there is a prize at the end of tonight's live. So make sure you got your journal, your pen, and you're prepared to hang out with me. Speaking of hanging out, if you know somebody who needs to be here in this sacred space that I've created for Black women to talk about money, finances, grants, capital, hold on to my nose on your screen. Just do like this to the screen and hold my nose. And your list of contacts are going to pop up. TikTok lets you invite 15 people to the party. So I give you permission to share this invitation to this sacred conversation with 15 of your homies here on TikTok that you know need to be here. Like, girl, you need to be here. Come on. So take a moment to share this live. Give out your VIP invites to your 15 faves. Okay. These are people you usually send TikToks anyway. Mm-hmm. Let me see. Have you shared the live yet? I can see the shares with hearts. Thank you for the share. I see 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look at y'all. You better share. Thank y'all for sharing the live. Trying to keep my coughing at bay. We're going to pray. Allergies kicking my tail. Okay. We're at 51,000 hearts. I just want y'all to know that I appreciate you. Thank you for liking the live. I'm going to keep my word. I'm allowing comments at this time. Welcome, Divine. I am Valerie, Mama G, Jessica. I see y'all. Y'all in the house. Say hey in the chat. We are finally open. Hey, the girl you let get away. The comments are open. Hey, Ashley. Y'all say hey in the chat. I know y'all been waiting. This is your time. You're free. Remy says good evening. Hey. Hey, Crowned Excellence. Happy Friday. Just choose you. Hey, Stacy from Memphis. Hey, MJ. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Ty Creation says, hey. We only talk about Black women for-profit small businesses, Ty. That's it. So anything else, you may just have to go to Google and check it out, but that's it. And also, guys, there are scammers on this live. I'm not saying Ty is a scammer. I don't know her. That just reminded me to tell y'all, I heard that when you interact in the comments, if it happens to be a scammer or a bot, is something in your TikTok profile they can grab and run with and give you a virus. So be careful, okay? Be careful of the interactions. I don't encourage networking and having side conversations about anything. Y'all are on my live. Talk to me. I'm here to help you, okay? So be careful. All right. So this is Black Women in Grants. We talk grants for Black women, for profit, small business owners. Anything else, just go to Google, type in the same questions you're asking me, and see what pops up. I know about business grants for Black women, and that's all I'm going to talk about here. And again, I don't encourage going back and forth like, hit me up in the message. I can help you. We don't do that here. That's ghetto. Go do that on your live. Amen. All right. Tell me what you do in your business in the chat. Talk to me real quick. Try to be the first one. Sometimes TikTok doesn't show me your comments. And sometimes they go away really, really fast before I can read them. So tell me what you do. Trip says, I have a for-profit business. However, I need startup funds. Haven't found legitimate sources for grants. I got you, girl. Hang out. Ashley says, I have a vegan catering company. Love that. I bet that's good. Sonia does remote cleaning. Crown does paparazzi consultant. You don't qualify for the grants we win, Crown, unless, you wouldn't qualify, not with paparazzi, because that's a franchise. So they're looking for owners to give funding to, unless you're the founder of paparazzi. Okay. Glamping Retreat says just Shane. Cranial Prosthetic says MJ. Ebriel says I offer. That's a gorgeous name. And I just said it like it was nothing. I hope that was right. Is that how you said it? For skincare products and herbal wellness coaching. Mama G says NEMT transport. Shamila says wig, make and sell hair. Is it Bay's mother says selling scrubs. Divine says needing startup for juice business. Remy has a cake business. Dede is trying to start a transportation business. Trip says medically tailored meals. Oh, I like that. Baked goods vending, post-surgery and health meal prep. Let me try to find y'all on, I don't think my mouse is working right. Hold on. There we go. Trying to see y'all on a bigger screen. Hold on 1 second. Okay, unofficial ambassador says secondhand store. Just Choose You is a wellness brand promoting self-discovery through journaling. Love it. Queen Bee says courier business. And Jessica says startup for t-shirt business. Anybody else want to tell me what you do in your business? Put it in the chat. Around the Clock is holding it down with the first place, most hearts on tonight's live so far. The Girl You Let Get Away is in second place, and Mama G is in third place. Coach Brown, thank you for sharing the live, my dear. I appreciate it. I'm trying to find my fun buttons, but they don't have them where I can see them. There we go. Nope, that's not what I wanted. So in the chat, you're simply sharing what you do in your business. Tell me about the business or the business idea that you have that you want to win a grant for. It's usually just one idea. Oh, there's sound effects. Let's see. There we go. So, hey, Divine, grants are going to ask about what idea do you have for that business that you want to start? That's the one I want you to tell me about in the chat. What do you do in that business? Secondhand for the homeless, I see. If you have a lot of ideas, they just want you to kind of prioritize them and talk about which one you want funding for first. So tell me about that. Coach Brown says Healing with Coach Brown is the name of her business. Plusher says grab and go balloon decor for birthdays and business events. Love it. Anybody else? This is your chance to talk to me about what you do, because I know y'all are wondering, can you get a grant for your business? And I'm about to tell you in just a minute. Dede says, I want to get low income young moms and dads to and from work. I love that, Dede. Screenshot that. Write that down because that's your key to getting a grant. I love that. That's called social impact. We're going to talk about that in just a minute. I don't need the names of your businesses. I don't need your titles. You don't have to tag yourself, plug yourself, put your website. Just tell me what you do. When I say tell me what you do, tell me what you're doing for your clients and customers. What are you doing to solve their problem? How is your business their solution? Your name does nothing. Your website does nothing. Tell me about what you do for them. What are the results? For example, if you're new here, my name is Dr. AJ Austin. I am founder of BlackWomenInGrants.com, and I help Black women for-profit small business owners find, apply for, and win grants. That's what I do. What do you do? Ibriel says, I develop herbal solutions for real conditions we experience. Love it. Jessica does drug testing. Amber has a independent living home. Ibriel says, I want to expand products and herbal education. Hello, Urban Life. Welcome back. Y'all keep talking to me about your businesses. What do you do in your business? Talk to me. I'm trying to read your comments on two screens. One is a little bit bigger than the other so I can see them. And by the way, we do have Block Ministry. So if you're here and you're not a Black woman with a for-profit small business, you're welcome to stay. You better act right. Because any disrespect, like Good Mob say, we will make you fly away. Okay? That's my ministry. I'm anointed in these fingers. Also, if you're here and you're not a Black woman with a for-profit small business, you probably know a Black woman. So number one, you being here, you are supporting Black women. Thank you for that. Thank you for uplifting us, empowering us, supporting us in this sacred space that we've created to talk about funding our business. You probably know a Black woman that needs to be here. So do me a favor, hold down your screen on my nose, let your contacts pop up. And TikTok has given us permission to let you invite 15 people that you want to support, be an ally for. So invite them into the room. They will love you for telling them about this live. So y'all take a minute and share. All right. BL says, I make medical and cosmetics wigs for patients who suffer hair loss due to medical conditions. Love it. Diva does teeth whitening and tooth gems. Capricorn says, I want to start an event space to host a wide range of events. Amber wants to give veterans a place to live. Cupcake says, I bake, mainly cupcakes and cookies. I love that it's in your name too. Keep talking, I'm scrolling. Ashley says, I meal prep, plate meals, and desserts. All vegan, trying to get a food truck. Got it. Trippy says, meals tailored to their medical needs. Around the Clock has a cleaning business. There we go. I think I am caught up. Sister says, can you talk about filing taxes and receiving the grant? What I do, sister, is tell you guys to talk to the people who prepare your taxes. So if you have an accountant, a CPA, bookkeeper, tax advisor, when you win a grant, send them that information and say, hey, I want a grant. Here are the details behind the grant. Do your job. That's what y'all pay them for. I'm not qualified to talk about taxes or legal issues. And a grant will tell you as well. Once you receive their funding, you're responsible for your own taxing thingies. Anissa is back. Hey, Anissa, welcome back, girl. Glad to have you here. Around the Clock is holding down the first place of the most hearts during the live. Katie, thank you for sharing the live. The Girl You Let Get Away is in second place, and then Mama G is in third place. If you guys had a moment with a millionaire, I don't know if I mentioned I've won over $1 million in grants and grant-funded opportunities in my lifetime. From the car I drive today, housing, medical expenses, college education, food, clothes, you name it, I've won it. That's in my personal life. In 2020, I came over to the professional side of grants and started winning grants. I won my first $1,000 grant for my business. in 2020. Now I've won multiple six figures in the professional space over the last few years, and I mentor Black women, for profit small business owners how to find, apply for, and win grants. Here is where we live online on Beyonce's internet. You can go there and find out more about mentoring with me through a scholarship we have for what we call our Grant Game mentorship program, because grants are a game and you got to learn how to play. And I teach you how to play the grant game to win. You don't just want to do research. You don't just want to be randomly applying or spraying and praying, is what we call it, where your fingers and eyes and toes are crossed, hoping you win something because you applied. That's not how we do it. It's strategy to it. You can click the profile right here at the top left-hand corner of your screen on your phone to get to our profile right here on the Black Women in Grants page, where we have over 86,000 followers. In the description on our page, it's going to tell you exactly how to find out more about mentoring with me. And there's a bonus for the first person who joins our mentorship program tonight. It is available for $197. And there's Klarna, there's Afterpay, and there's Affirm if you need it. Regular tuition investment is $997, but because I win grants, I just won a grant a couple weeks ago for $6,000. I just won $500 2 days ago. And yeah, we give it back in the form of scholarships. And so we take that off of your tuition to join the mentorship program for 6 months to come mentor with me. And so your investment is only the $197. We cover you with the rest of the $800 I got you on the back end, me and grants. Okay, you're welcome. So again, click the profile to find out more, or go here on the internet. That's where we live. If you had a chance to sit with the $1 Million Grant winner, what's a question you would ask? Put it in the chat. I know what y'all are going to ask, but I'm going to let you feel like you're special real quick. So what's your number one question when it comes to grants as a Black woman with a for-profit small business? What you got? Talk to me. I'll try to be the first to answer, because sometimes TikTok doesn't show me all of your comments. Sometimes they disappear before I can read them. But if you put it fast and try to put it first, I can see it right away, hopefully. So what is the question that you have? Am I missing them? Okay, I don't see any questions. Mama G, I've won many grants. I can tell you about let me tell you about our clients. I always forget. And keep in mind, your business won't qualify for the same businesses that, every other business qualify for as far as grant wise. And so what that means is you got to be careful. Don't compare yourself. You're not trying to be like anyone else. But I tell my clients success stories because it helps. Okay. We'll start with Tay. Tay is a swim instructor in New York, and she's won over $35,500. Now, grants come in many forms. They could be a check in the mail. Talk to me in the chat if you put check, if you could use the check in the mail. Put check. Mm-hmm. Grants also come with checks being deposited in your business bank account. Put deposit if you could use a check deposited. It's the difference. One is the paper form that comes in the mail. You take it down to the bank, the credit union, your check cash in place and cash. Another is you just send your business bank account information. You need a business bank account. You need your employer identification number, or EIN. Those are two main requirements, and both are free. So you should already have those set up. No, I cannot tell you what bank to go with. I don't know, child. Google it. It'll pop up. Free banking for business, child. Check it out, okay? All right. We ain't gonna go into that discussion. I'm letting y'all know that early. Another is small business pitch competitions. Has anyone ever entered or wanted to enter a small business pitch competition? It's where you stand on stage, whether it's live in front of an audience of your colleagues and peers and judges, or whether it's pre-recorded on video and you submit it, or whether it is live on like a Zoom type. Can anyone see themselves standing in front of, it's either way, it's going to be a live studio audience of judges talking, you get 60 seconds, 2 minutes 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 8 minutes, or 10 minutes. And you tell all the information you can about your business in a format called a pitch deck. If you don't have a pitch deck, no worries. There are programs that can teach you how to put yours together to make sure you cover what the judges are looking for. And every small business pitch is different. Someone said they never heard of it before. And so you are getting judged. You are getting scored. They're going to be asking questions, drilling you with questions that you got to be prepared to answer about your business. It's not an elevator pitch. So it's not your 30 seconds where you're telling people who you are and what you do. It's about your company. It's about who you serve. It's about why you want to win a grant. So y'all keep that in mind, okay? There are contests like the one Tay has won with the $5,000 Lenovo grant. She won a contest. They had two versions, $5,000 technology upgrades where she got all new computer products. And then she was a finalist in their $25,000 grant. So there are contests. I entered a contest 2 days ago at something called a funding fair and won a $500 gift card from Delta. So my next flight is free. So there are contests. There's strategy to winning all of these, but these are what we call grant funded opportunities. There are sponsorships. I'm currently talking to sponsors as we speak, and it feels so good to be in a position to have your business or projects that you're working on sponsored, right? It's a process to that, but it works. I've been doing it for years and years and years. There are partnerships where you bring in other businesses. They help fund your business or something that you're working on or some kind of community development aspect. So we got grants, which are checks in the mail. We got grants, which are deposits in your business bank account. We got contests. We got pitch competitions. We got giveaways where you can win. Like I won a whole office suite, new desk, new chair, new filing cabinet, journals, pens, highlighters, all type of stationery, post-it notes, dry erase board, markers, stuff to set up the office. It was a giveaway. There are, we talked about sponsorships. We talked about partnerships. There are bursaries. Bursaries are kind of like scholarships, but they're merit-based for businesses. Excuse me. So they're built into the funding channel. Have y'all heard of any of these? Have you won any of these? Can you see yourself winning any of these? They're built into grants and grant funded opportunities. And then there are, I'm leaving some out. There are subsidies. Subsidies is more in the personal side. Like I had a subsidy for my home loan that gave me 10 years mortgage free. And when I walked away from the home after the 10 years was up, they forgave $250,000. They forgave $500,000 in medical expenses. They paid $100,000 for my college education. They covered one of the cars I drive today. Those are subsidies. So we got grants, checks in the mail, checks in your business bank account, deposits. We got contests, giveaways, sponsorships, bursaries, pitch competitions, subsidies. Did I say bursaries? It's 11 of them, and I always try to remember. One of my favorite is scholarships, but scholarships to go through business training and development programs called incubators and accelerators. Have y'all ever heard of an incubator or an accelerator? Let me know. These are business training and development programs where you're getting education about your business, growing it to the next level. Like I went to an event yesterday for about 3 hours and sat and listened to a lawyer talk about the basics of setting up a business. So there are incubators and accelerator programs that are designed to not just teach at you, but to work with you through writing out your business plan, coming up with your marketing plan, coming up with your sales plan, talking about your customers and clients or your target audience, researching your competition, doing what's called your SWOT analysis, your strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats to your business, coaching, mentoring, training, advising, accountability. And so they're all baked in. This is all grants and grant funded opportunities. Grants have funded these opportunities for us as Black women with for-profit small businesses. As long as you're based in the United States over the age of 18, own at least 51% of your business, and you need a grant. Put grants in the chat. If this is you, I'm speaking your language. If you want to know more about working with me as your mentor to get your foot in the door with all of these opportunities, grants, pitch competitions, contests, giveaways, scholarships, bursaries, sponsorships, here's where we live online on Beyonce's internet. It's right above my head in the white box. Last line, that's how you find us. I can't say it out loud on TikTok. Read between the lines, Black Girl Magic. Or you can click the profile in your top left-hand corner of your phone screen. It'll take you to the Black Women in Grants page where we have over 86,000 followers. In our description box, it's going to tell you step by step what to do to join our mentorship program. It is $197 to join us. One-time payment gets you 6-month access to our independent self-study course, where I'm available to you 24/7 via email. We ain't going to be talking all day, every day, but you're going to send me a question about what grants you're applying to, where you may be stuck on your grant application, what questions you have to get feedback on how you answer grant questions. And when I wake up from my nap or stop scrolling TikTok, or either if I'm shopping or eating, those are my 4 favorite hobbies, or walking, I got a few, I respond to you in real time. It's me. It's not an assistant, not a robot, not a scammer, not AI. So those are features of the mentorship. It's one payment, gives you 6-month access, $197, and there is Klarna, there's Afterpay, and there is Affirm if you need it. Those are opportunities. Okay, so I'm going to go back through 32 old comments and respond. BL says, I can't get funded at all. I've been trying. Tell me what you do, BL. Remind me. And then we'll talk about how to start improving that, if you would like. Some of y'all just like complaining that you ain't never won that. So I'm going to let you win if you want to win that. You're going to be right. If you want my help, tell me what you do. And let's talk more about what you're looking for grant funding for. We talked about talking to your tax advisor about the whole taxes thing and grants, because it's going to depend on what grants you win. Around the Clock is holding down the first place. Mama G is holding down second place. And Unofficial Ambassador is holding down third place for the most hearts on tonight's live. So y'all hanging in there with me. I love it. Bassiana, I like that name. That is so cute. She said I provide life coaching services. I see a couple of you guys are saying, teach me. I need this knowledge. I'm teaching you. If you've been listening to what I've been sharing, I've given you what grants are, which businesses qualify for grants, which as long as you're not a franchise, MLM, multi-level marketing company, or a direct sales marketing, you qualify for a grant. I guarantee no grants, Green. Nothing is guaranteed, except if you don't apply, you won't win. I can guarantee that. That's all I guarantee. Ebriel says, how does my credit affect my availability to get a grant? Grants are not based on your credit. Remember, we talked about at the very beginning. Grants are free funding. They're not based on your credit. You don't need a cosigner. You don't need collateral. You don't have to give up a portion of your company. And you don't have to pay it back. Mama G says, I've been searching, not know what's real. Yeah, there are scammers out there. There's scammers on this live right now. So be careful. If anyone is in your inbox here on TikTok or any other social media platform, just know they're a scammer. There are scammers in this comments section, and I'm just ignoring them and blocking them. And y'all can't even tell that's what I'm doing. Be careful. If anyone is reaching out to you, trying to connect, saying that they can help you win a grant, it's a scam. So be careful. Now, I teach 25 signs of a scam and what to look out for in our mentorship. So that's how you know that these opportunities are real. And also, I'm putting together a list of 12 grants. Oh, I'm looking at the list right now. I wrote out 12 grants that are currently available. Some of the deadlines recently passed. Some will renew. Some grants are monthly. Some are quarterly. Some are a couple times a year. And then some are annual. And some you'll never see again. But there is funding out there right now. So if you got more time on your hands than money, you can go type in grants on Google and that'll pop up and see, what you can find out. And again, just be careful. Make sure you're applying for legit grants. I spent 3 hours. I started at 12:30 in the morning to 3:32 is when I got up from my Bapuda, as my little niches call computers. And I have a list of grants that I'm putting together for our mentees. So if you're one of the first ones to join us in our mentorship program tonight, you'll get a fresh, vetted list of grants, legit opportunities. I've read their eligibility requirements, made sure they have legit sites, and read through their terms and conditions, and asked, all the good questions about the right types of funding goals that need to apply for these types of grants. Grants are really based on what type of business you have. They're based on what type of work you want to do in the community, or how you want to start your business, build your business, grow your business to help your community more. That's what we win grants for in our mentorship. Big Tiff says, is there any startup ones that don't require you to have income already? Usually the startup ones, so startup can be defined different ways. Startup is like your business is still in idea phase in your head on a piece of paper, a journal, a Baputa, as Melanie used to say. Maybe it's still in a thread of emails, it's on an app in your phone, it's in the cloud somewhere, and you're working on a prototype. You don't have a product or service that you launched yet because you're still working it out. You're beta testing it. You're letting people get a feel for who will be your target audience that will pay you for this business, product, or service. And so many startup grants will either say you can apply because you don't have a product or service yet, meaning you don't have revenue yet as well. Or sometimes they'll let businesses that have started but hadn't quite taken off yet, they've been in business like a year or less, they still consider them startups. So you would have to read what we call the rules, the restrictions, and the regulations of grants to know which ones your startup qualifies for. And just because you see income requirements, don't give up, babes. There are multiple millions of dollars right now available in grants. I'm trying to see which ones. I should have wrote out the amount. I know I'm looking at a list of at least $500,000 right now, just off the 12 that I just researched this month. And again, our grants come out each month that we get access to. So there are all types of grants, and all of them are different. Okay. Y'all can ask me any question based on small business grants. Z said, I've seen that somewhere. Yeah, about the incubators and accelerators. Mama G says she has the pitch. So they're looking for small business pitches. Oh, Lord. TikTok started skipping, y'all. So hold on. It's going to take me a minute to filter through. Lost my place. Okay. Rising Phoenix. Oh, okay. I see. I'm trying to see what I'm reading. Y'all can take a moment and share the live. Let's get the right women in the room to be a part of this conversation. I'm just doing a little Q&A when it comes to finding, applying for, and winning grants as a Black woman with a for-profit small business, and answering y'all questions. Ebrio says, no, but I want to. Okay, I've seen what you put earlier. Unofficial says, never heard. Yeah, hopefully y'all are learning some new stuff. I see a lot of you said you had never heard about incubators and accelerators. They're phenomenal. I'm in one with Google for the next 13 weeks. And they have what's known as a stipend. I forgot that. It's one of the things you can win, which is a check. I've been winning stipends since my college days. And it's just a check to support you as a business owner. Plush Lady says, this is all new information for me. Around the Clock says, I want to learn what you do. I share that in our mentorship online on the internet, Beyonce's internet, or you can click our profile here to find all about our mentorship program. Coming to join me and the 600 ladies that are already in it. They won about $500,000. They'll be there before the end of the year. Ebrio said she was on that page reading about it. Green asked about the program. I think you were trying to say, does the program guarantee at least one grant? And the answer is no. The only thing that you can guarantee is when you apply that you're talking about your business, what you do, who you do it for, why you started that business, who it's helped, how much money your business has made without a grant, what other funding sources are available to you if you don't win that grant, and again, how you're going to make money after the grant, whether you win or not. those you have to have a strong application, and it still doesn't guarantee you a grant. So that's why I said if people are in your inbox guarantee you a grant, if you pay them, you're about to get scammed. So looking for a guarantee is a scam as well. Nothing in life is guaranteed except what they say, staying black, paying taxes, and dying. So no grant is guaranteed, even if you pay somebody. Okay, so keep that in mind. There are grants for any type of business you can think of. I've seen grants for graveyards, grants for mortuaries, all types of grants are available. It does not matter what kind of company you have. It matters what you're looking for the funding for. So in the chat, tell me, what would you do with a grant? What would you use that grant for? Put it in the chat. Talk to me. Mama G, I'm not sure about any free grant apps. So y'all don't be on here looking for nothing to happen for free to teach you how to get money. You hear how crazy that sounds? What you got for free to help me get paid? That's not how it works. Even you being here, you're investing your time. Okay. Ebro says I want help doing business the right way. Same. When I had that feeling back in 2005, one of my mentors told me about a business incubator. So that's for those of you who haven't started businesses. You need to join a business incubator. I have a list of 5 incubator and accelerator programs that I've gone through. I've been through about 30 different types of programs. I have 2 companies, and they're both award winning and grant winning. And so I picked out my top 5, and I share that with our mentees. And there are so many programs available. But like I said, you can also check Google. You do not need a business plan to apply for grants, Ebrio. A grant you do need your EIN, your employer identification number, which is free online. And then a grant will let you know if you need your articles of incorporation, like your LLC for limited liability corporation, INC for incorporation, LLP for limited liability partnership, or if they prefer you to be a sole proprietor, they will let you know. Mama G says she just started looking for grants this week. Have you found anything interesting, Mama G? Billionaire says she would use her grants to invest in RE. I'm thinking that's real estate. Slim says yes, love, death is guaranteed. You hit on the head. That's it. I don't know. Y'all bold. Somebody, can you guarantee? If I could guarantee you to win, I would be going to win your money. Why? What I need you for? Oh, what you need me for? Lucky says she would buy some box trucks. Andrea says she would pay for her certification in CRM2. What certification you getting, girl? Mom G says, I mean, the ones not charging so much. So there are grants that have application fees. That's pretty common. We're going to talk about a couple of tips that I wrote down that I noticed in some of the grant research I've done. I study grants. I'm a grant winner. So I'm an applicant and I win. So I'm an awardee. And then I'm an advocate. So my advocacy work is looking at the state rules, restrictions, and regulations for the United States. But every state is a grant has to be registered officially in different states. And so they all have different rules, different laws, different legalese. And so I sit and read through those pages of legalese and translate it for you guys into common sense terms. My background is in finance. So I used to be in the vault in Bank of America County on the money machine, Regions Bank, MBNA. So I'm used to being around money. If my first job at McDonald's, they put me on a cash register. So I'm a money girl. I speak money and these terms of how this money is regulated here in the US. And so I am behind the scenes studying. Does this look legit? Where are their winners? Do their winners look like us? Where are their terms and conditions? Where are the official rules for how to play this game? Because a lot of grants tell you how to win their grants in their terms and conditions, but a lot of us just click the box that we read it and y'all don't really read it. I really go and read it, and then I come and teach you guys what to say so that you can have a really, really good strategy. You know, I'm a Sagittarius. Girl, my birthday's on Thanksgiving this year. Let's see. So I said all of that because you will see grants with application fees, and that's okay. You got a choice. Use your discernment. I believe in spiritual discernment from the Holy Spirit. That's where mine comes from. Okay. You know when some don't feel right, some look a little off. Let me tell you, my favorite application fees are grants that say Yes, it's $15 to apply. However, here's another list of grants you can go apply to while you wait on us to decide who wins this one. Here is a list of resources to help you learn some stuff as you wait on us. Here's a way to make your application better for next time. Grants are getting clever. They're doing master classes now. I've been to two recently. And there's like, here's what we look for on your application. Ready to apply? And they go through an hour-long training with you to teach you how to apply. That's worth paying an application fee for. I like the grants that pool together their money. So let's say they charge $15 and it's 1,000 people that sign up for that grant. That's a $15,000 pool. Somebody's going to win that money. So you're sowing a seed. The Bible says you reap what you sow. So if you're sowing a seed, that means your seed coming, right? That's how I look at it. Then there are grants that, what else do they do? Oh, they have to pay their staff. So when you submit a grant application, there's a team of judges. Like I imagine everybody sitting around, even though we're all working from home and virtual. I've been on judging panels as well, determining winners. But I imagine everybody in a boardroom and your grant application is on this piece of paper and everybody's looking at it and checking off and they grade it. It's called a rubric. Same thing we used to get in college classes with our syllabus, like 33% of your grade is this, 25% grants do the same thing. So 33% is based on your mission, 33% is based on your alignment, 33% is based on like your story and how well it goes together. Notice how they didn't say it's based on your business, right? And so I share all of that because that's where I know my money goes to for the grants that I paid to be a part of. It was something else I was going to say about that. Paying one grant that I paid a $35 application fee for, I won $1,500 from that grant. So you have to ask yourself, would that be worth it to you to know that you're so confident in your grant application, in your business, knowing you qualify for this grant, knowing why they should let you win this grant out of thousands that applied, that it's worth you investing $35, right? So I look at grant application as coaching. I am a master life coach certification trainer since 2016, I think it is. Been in this space for years. I love answering questions about my business because it helps me get clearer and clearer every time I talk about it. So when I ask y'all, what do you do? I'm saying, don't tell me your title. Tell me what you do because I've studied my business enough to know how to talk so well about it that it gets checks written. And that's what I want to teach you how to do. And so every time you apply for a grant, you should be getting better and better and better at talking about your business so clear that they're tempted to read the rest of your application. That's literally what I've heard from a recent grant check writer. She has a grant out right now for $10,000 and a $10 application fee. So that's just my thoughts on it. But you don't have to apply. Fees on grant applications just weed out applicants. It makes the pool shorter. It makes your chances of winning higher because everybody ain't going to pay. I'm going to pay if I think it's worth it for my business. And I'm going to win. So, there's that. On that. Okay, let me catch up to some of these comments. Said I would buy bands, software uniform. Okay. Hold on, y'all. My comments are skipping around. You do not need a business plan to apply for a grant. They may ask for portions of your plan. So like describe your business, and a description of your business is not your title. It's not the name of your business. Y'all remember that song, 5'5" with brown eyes, smile like the sunrise? That's a description. She's 5'5". That's her height. Brown eyes. That's the color of her eyes. Smile like the sunrise. Not she got all her teeth and it looked like she brushed them. Okay. That's a description. Not she was a black woman and she looked good. And here's her name. They didn't say that lady's name. They described her. So you got to describe your business because ain't nobody going to go look you up. They're not going to go directly to your website. They want to hear you describe your 5'5" or brown eyes, smile like the sunrise. Describe your business, bud. Y'all laughing, but I'm for real. Okay, be lit, Travis. I'm trying to be serious. Andrea said she would get her non-attorney disability representative certification. That sounds very, very cool. Billionaire says, what are the qualifications for getting a grant? So here's what I'll do for you, Billionaire. I don't share names of grants. I don't condone them. Grants are businesses on my end. They're brands. So they pay me to talk about grants. Ain't nobody paid me yet. So we ain't giving names of grants out. However, I will, let me see if I still got it pulled up. See if I could pull up a grant and give you an example of when they give out their eligibility requirements. Hold on. Here's one. Dang, my screen bright. Okay. There's a grant out. Let's see if I can find their eligibility requirement. Okay, here's how it works. Each quarter, they open up grants to businesses, welcoming their applications through an online portal. That's where most grants are submitted. Okay. It used to be paperwork to get funding, but everything is online now. So you'll be typing, right? There will be like essay answers, but not like college essays. It's essays about why you started your business, essays about your clients that you serve. Eberl, I'm gonna be real. They don't care about you fighting through tears. They're gonna say, tell us about the people you serve. What tears are they crying? Because they can't get access to what you do in your business with your products or services. Tell us about them. What have they told you that they need that you're willing to apply for this grant for to fight for them? That's called social impact. That's what they want you to talk about. Grants support projects. They support business and community driven projects. So they don't want to give you money just to start a business or to buy a building or to build on land or to purchase land or to get commercial real estate. Talk about the people that are going to benefit from you winning this grant. So for example, when I win grants, I win because I'm here with you guys on a Friday at 7:39 Eastern Standard Time, teaching you about how to win grants for your Black woman-owned for-profit business. Even if I never see you again in life, I have given you enough tips in the last hour and a half on how to go win a grant. That's why I win grants, because I'm giving. Notice it's not about me being brilliant and I just want this so bad. Or it's also not on the other side. I'm so desperate. Lord, I'm going to have to close my business doors if I don't get this grant. Jesus, I'm going to have to file for bankruptcy. They do not care. Grants are a business, babes. Grants are a game, and you got to learn how to play the game. So it's going to be business to business. They don't want you just walking up with your hand out. They want you to tell them who you're bringing with you, that this grant is going to impact. So when I win grants, I get to say we've given away over $500,000 in scholarships for Black women worldwide who are already underfunded to get funding for their business, to learn where it resides, how to apply, how to win, how to grow their businesses using other people's money. Y'all see the difference between the essay answers? These are the types of essays that you would have to answer. So this grant that I'm looking at, they open their grant applications for businesses quarterly. Again, I will not give you the name of this grant. We're simply going through how it works, the eligibility requirements. So when y'all say, how can I win a grant? You got to read what the grant is saying they offer and tell them why they should offer it to you. So this grant opens at a specific time of the month, quarterly. I don't even understand how to explain this, and then it tells you when the funds are dispersed, because a lot of people want to do the get rich quick. Grants are not get rich quick. You got to know, number one, what to say on the applications to get them to select you as the winner. And number two, know that it's about a 90-day process. 30 days, they open applications. And then 30 days, they close the applications and deliberate on the winner. And then 30 days, they let you know who the winner is. So in that time, you should be applying for other grants. Your essays should be getting better. And you should have rolling decisions coming into your inbox, meaning congratulations, or unfortunately, you weren't selected this time. However, those types of emails should consistently be coming into your inbox. You can find the grants by searching grants on Google if you would like, or I can send you, if you're the first one to join us in our mentorship program, by going here on Beyonce's Internet, I'll send you a list of the 12 grants that I'm looking at right now. One of them, I'm reading to you literally what they're looking for. Notice it's not saying we want to support a certain type of business. They're just asking you to be in business, apply when they open it up for their quarterly award or application. They're telling you that how much they give, and then they're telling you how to be eligible. So they're saying you got to be in Canada. So I mean, not Canada. It say Canada and the U.S. But remember we talked about being Black, being a woman, for-profit, small business owner based in the United States, over the age of 18, own at least 51% of your business. Those are qualifications. If you were here at the top of the live, y'all told me through taps. That's why we had 86,000 taps. Y'all tapped so much that you told me you qualified for these grants because you answered those questions. So they're looking for sole proprietors. That means entrepreneurs running a one-person show that has a clear vision for making a difference. They're looking for small business owners, whether you are already operating or in the startup phase. And they're looking for what I just told y'all, social impact, also known as social enterprises, the new nonprofit, meaning you have a vision to help your community in some way. So let's talk about that. If you were to apply for this grant or any other grant, what would you tell them your social impact is, your community impact? If they said, we want to give you $10,000 for this grant, but you have to take 5 to 10,000 or 5 to 1,000, wait a minute, 500 to $1,000 and give back to your community. How would you do that? What would you tell them you're going to do with that grant? Hey, Vicky, welcome back, girl. What would y'all tell them your community impact is? Because that's what they want to know. Hey, She's Built. How are you? This is your secret to winning grants. Some of the essay questions you're describing your product or service, and you're telling why you started your business, what motivates you as a business owner, how you're doing like your social impact, what you would do with the grants. And then sometimes, if you want to tell them more, you can do that as well. But y'all talk to me in the chat. Tell me, what would you do for your social impact, your give back, your community impact? Let me know. Normala, you said we got the same birthday. Hey, girl. You good people if we got the same birthday. Mama G says, I wish they would. Oh, okay. We talked about that. Lord, hold on, y'all. TikTok is getting on my nerves. Okay, a couple of y'all saying you want to invest in real estate, but talk about who benefits from you investing in real estate. Let me give you an example. And so if you are, let's say you're a Black woman, and you want to buy property, you want to buy housing, you want to buy land, you want to buy a commercial building to restore or renovate, right? And so, hold on, y'all, I gotta clear my screen. Okay, there we go. So you want to build housing or renovate properties or restore, flip properties, um, to help the homeless population, the unhoused, low income moms, affordable housing to help revitalize your community and the economy in your neighborhood. That's what grants want to know. Yep, Ebrio, you got it. Investing in offering educational classes. That's helping. We call it helping the hood, okay? Yeah, Mama G, they do ask about your finance breakdown if you are already in business. That's called your profit and loss statement. So they want to know how much money your business has made, how much you're paying out in expenses, and what your actual profit is to see if it's a profitable venture, if it's worth investing their grant funds in, and what that return on investment for them could look like. Ebrio says, I would invest in real estate, a flagship store that I can offer those. Okay, I just read that. I keep reading the same one. Billionaire, I just told you can go online and find grants, and every grant has their own online portal to fill out those applications. Ebrio says, I give people herbal options and traditional indigenous wellness education. So just talk about the people and how they benefit from that. That's your community impact. Mama G says, I would give back by giving the disabled free transportation. Shantae says, I would love to serve underprivileged, got it, seniors who need care at home but can't. Oh, I just lost it. Hold on. Well, Oh, but can't fully afford it. There we go. She's built, runs an IT consulting firm, and you offer entrepreneurship program for kids. That's a perfect reason. So everything you guys are telling me about how you would give back to your community, that 5 to 10%, that is literally your secret to winning your first or next grant. If you can talk about that and explain it very, very well, that gets checks written. Yeah. Because they're also going to ask what you've already started doing with this. Is it just a theory? Is it an idea? Are you just saying that to get them to give you the money, or have you already started doing it? For example, Ashley Rankin, she's an organic skincare line owner in Colorado, and so her 5 to 10%, she just won the L'Oreal cosmetic grant. It was $10,000 because she's in the skincare. They were looking for 40 Black-owned beauty businesses, whether you're in skincare, hair care, nail care. They wanted to give you $10,000 to help build your business. So she won that grant. I shared it with her. Remember, I said I vet these grant opportunities and share them with you. So she won. I told her to go apply. Seems like you qualify to me. And she got selected. She got $10,000. She took her portion of Give Back and started an after-school program for high school girls, teaching them about self-care, skincare. See how this works? So it's that educational component. You said she's built says we're also rolling out an AI program for disenfranchised small businesses. There you go. Homing the Homeless is a great social impact billionaire. Ibriel says, I would invest in real estate, a flagship store that I can offer classes and additional education. So again, they're going to say, what have you already done? Have you partnered with people who already have real estate? Like an event I went to yesterday in partnership with people who sponsor events for the community. They literally, it was a bank that had closed down. It was so cool being in the bank after hours because that's my background. I haven't been inside one in years, after hours, And so, but we were there for a business-based community event that the bank sponsored, thanks to a business association in the hood. I call everywhere a hood because it's a neighborhood. So, and I live in Atlanta. Whole Atlanta is a hood. I can say that because I'm from here. But anyway, they were helping the hood. They were educating us. I was there for sponsorship reasons, but it was really, really cool to see that there are people with real estate that will let you hold classes, that will let you educate the community, usually for free or a minimal investment, and you don't have to wait until you own your own stuff. So if you show a grant, you've already been trying to help the hood. That's a head start. You said these will be free to low cost for participants that are disenfranchised. Yep, that's disenfranchised is a magic word. Put magic in the chat if y'all want me to tell you the other secret words that are really, really good, like SEO, keywords, secret language of grants. Disenfranchised is one of them. That just reminded me. Herbal indigenous education and wellness services for the community. She said, okay, boom. You and ATL love to connect. Sounds good. She's built. Let's see, y'all. Y'all so nosy. Okay. So if you can tell a grant how your social impact, you're helping the hood, your community, is based on underrepresented, underserved, underfunded, disenfranchised, low income, minority. Those are 5 key words right there. The elderly, youth, the homeless or unhoused, formerly incarcerated, low income, LGBTQIA, veterans, disabled, rural populations, BIPOC, Black, Indigenous, people of color, aka minorities, women. Those are all secret keywords to winning your first or next grant. If you can talk about how you are serving these communities, we call it helping the hood. And the way you're helping the hood is because you're usually familiar with these populations because you live in the hood, in the community where these populations reside. That's how you know they need the help. And they're like, oh, not only does she want to help them, but she dwells among them. So you have like firsthand experience. It's different. Like I'm in a program working with Google right now. They're about to sponsor an event I'm hosting here in Atlanta in November. You got to be in our mentorship to get in. But when I got in, I was talking to them behind the scenes. They're literally in an office looking at a map of Atlanta. And I'm like, listen, the part of Atlanta that we're talking about right now, let me tell you about it because I lived there, I grew up there, versus them sitting on a whole nother coast looking at a map. So you get the upper hand because you're in the community. You got boots on the ground, if you will, can go knock on doors and have front porch conversations and can invite people in the community to your event, and they recognize your face, they recognize your name, they can give you referrals and resources. And so you're going to talk to them about the communities that you serve. Y'all got it? Yeah, Ibrio, those are key words. That's your your key, your secret to unlocking your first or next grant. So again, don't make it all about you, but say, my experience in these hoods, in these communities. I love that I call it hoods. This is why I know we need help. This is why I need a grant to help us, to help me help my people. So we call it also who you're bringing with you. Now, I forgot. I've been forgetting a lot today. I just woke up from a nap, so that could be why. My brain is just catching up. But I wrote a book called Finding Funding, How to Find and Secure Debt-Free Funding for Your Black Woman-Owned For-Profit Small Business. Then I wrote a book about the women who have read my book 3 times and they started to win grants. Like Deanna Joy, the nonprofit grant writer who's won over $86,000 for her business that is for-profit and for her clients. Like Tay, the swim instructor in New York, who teaches little Black and brown kids how to swim and also certifies lifeguards and swim instructors. Like Ashley, who I just told y'all about, that owns a skincare line that's won over $42,000 so far, helping kids, teaching about self-care as she wins. I'm trying to pull out my other books. Wrote a book called The Grant Game. It's all about how to play the game of grants to win. It's time out for just collecting information or being interested or doing your research or I want to do it, but if you really want to start winning grants, come join us in our mentorship program because I share what I call grant secrets. All of these are books that I've written very recently. I have another book. Oh, it's in the living room. It's for my mastermind clients. There are different levels of us working together. You can screenshot them, but you can't find them anywhere but on my in the profile right here on TikTok. So it won't even be worth trying to search them unless you're in the mentorship. But they all come in our mentorship and they'll walk you through them. There's also a on the same site, the same page to join us in the mentorship, there's a grant ebook bundle. They come in ebook form. And if you're joining us here in Atlanta in November, if you're in our mentorship, I will have printed copies of my book that I just wrote last month called Ask, ASK. And it walks you through our 3-step formula, making sure you're covering your bases as you're applying for grants so that you're always in the lead to win. So like Tay, who wins the most small business pitch competitions in our mentorship so far, she says every time she pitches, she wins. She's always positioned to win. Brittany is in Virginia. She just won her first pitch competition for $15,000. As I mentioned, it's like a 90-day process. So the mentorship gives you 6-month access for us to work together. It's our independent study course where I've recorded videos of events I've hosted teaching you about grants, what they are, what to use them for, what to look for when you're reading through what they're telling you need to be eligible, but also how to really, really dig deep into your social impact. That is your secret key. It is literally the key that's going to unlock these grant funds. A lot of people will not sit and do this work, but once you do it, it's one and done and it's repeatable. So we don't win just one grant. We win grants consistently. I do it. My clients do it. It's not one grant. It's winning grants over and over and over. And so our highest grant winner, her name is Raven Duvernay. She's in Baltimore, Maryland. She is a Black woman farmer. She's won $100,710. One of our recent grant winners, she's a podcaster. She just won a $1,000 small business pitch competition last week. Doesn't matter what kind of business you have. It matters the technique, okay? So they won because of the technique that I teach you in the mentorship, using these secret keywords, making sure you know how to talk about your social impact, making sure you understand what grants you're applying for and that your business is eligible based on if you're in the startup phase or you started and you're never somewhere in between. You're either starting up or you've started. It's only 2 that grants want to know about. You can argue with yourself because they ain't going to have an option to argue. They ain't going to say, pick 1, 2, or 3, argue with us. They're going to say, are you startup? Click here. Are you started? Click here. And then it goes from there, okay? Right, Mama G. So you would tell the story of people like your mom who need that medical, non-emergency medical transportation. We have a mentee. Her name is Mia. She's here in Atlanta with me, and she does exactly that. The NEMT. Actually, she because she's always on the road. It was so cute, and it's so funny because I ran into her in the grocery store shortly after she found us here on TikTok, and we chatted for like an hour. I had her late getting home to cook dinner, girl. So we were talking about grants in the middle of the grocery store here in Atlanta, and she's always on the road. So she was in her scrubs, just coming off work, and she owns her own NEMT transportation company. And because she's always like, she's like, one the passenger is in one ear, and then she found an app to download that'll read all four of our books to her. So she found us a free app that our other mentees can listen to as they drive, as they shower, as they walk, as they read, as they work and do other things. And so shouts out to Happy Mia. She's here on TikTok. Haven't seen her in a while, but she has been a contributor to our Black Women in Grants. Ashley Rankin also created a grant tracker worksheet for you guys who want to like keep up with grants that you're applying to, grants that are available, their deadlines, if you won. She also left the links to the grants that she's applied to and won in that sheet. So all of that is in the mentorship now. And so it's all about talking about the experience of those who need what you do. Those are the stories that grants want to know. Be Elite Travels, the books, if you click our profile, just click our profile right in your top left hand corner of your phone, click on the profile, it'll take you to the Black Women in Grants page. And that page walks you exactly through how to learn about our mentorship program and come join us. If you're the first one tonight, you get the bonus of a call with me, 60 minutes to sit on the phone, talk about your business, what grants you should be applying to, and what you should be saying on those applications. We put together what's known as your grant application strategy. The strategy makes it copy and pastable every time you apply for a grant to have your application stand out. So you're never just starting from scratch every time you apply. And then there's information on the grant book bundle, our membership. If you need me to hold your hand, we meet twice a month live on Zoom and walk through grant applications and those requirements, walk through pitch competitions and those requirements. I review your pitches, I review your essay answers, and give you feedback on your grant applications, either after you submit them or before you submit them. You can do all of that. So all of that is linked in the description here on our TikTok channel, or you can go right here, that last line right above my head in that white box. I can't say it out loud, but that's where we live on Beyonce's internet. Okay. What other questions can I answer for you guys? We have a few more minutes here, and then I'm going to hop off. And yeah, Ibrio, I like how you put that. You want to be able to grow your ingredients properly and employ people in agriculture. So you say you have to link that to what is it? Reducing your carbon footprint, growing your own natural ingredients. I'm trying to think, because Ashley, with her organic skincare line, we just got her into a program for the next 16 weeks that is helping her with peppermint farming and lavender farming and fleshing out those ideas for getting those ingredients, raw, natural, organic, into her skincare line. And so there are grants that will fund and help with that process. I told you about Raven, who is a Black woman farmer. She's a homesteader that won $100,710. And then instead of saying employ people in agriculture, talk about workforce training and development, meaning people who may not qualify for traditional jobs because of maybe, a criminal background, or sometimes jobs check your credit. So they might not pass, regular application screening for employment, but you want to stimulate your local economy by offering workforce training and development to people who are skilled in agriculture or would like to be. You can do high school, after school programs, educating on people who want to get in the industry. We had one of our mentees, she's in construction, and so she has is in the process of developing a training curriculum to go into high schools and teach kids that skill, because that's a trade. Maybe they're not going to college after they graduate and want to get into construction, so she goes in there. I met a lady yesterday. Her business is cleaning up after construction projects. Hey, lady. And so she goes in and she says, we make the building pretty before like the buyers come in after the building is built. I was like, girl, I didn't even know that was a thing. But that is so cool, because there's money available for that. Another one of our clients one of her clients helps build out airport expansions. And so I forgot the whole process. It's really technical, but she helps her clients build the plans for that and how to present. And then I help her win grants to help her fund what she does with helping her clients build out their business plans and coaching them around that. So it's funding for really anything you can think about, regardless of the type of business that you have. It all depends on what you need the funding for and who you're going to use it to help. So if you're just joining us and you're new here, welcome. I'm Dr. AJ Austin, founder of Black Women in Grants. I help Black women, for-profit small business owners find, apply for, and win grants. And so that's what we're talking about. If you want to just join into the conversation and tell us what you do, what you could use the grant for, we can talk a little bit more about that. Or if y'all have any other top of mind questions for the next 5 minutes or so, we can dive into more. We went over the qualifications of a grant: being Black, being a woman, being for-profit, small business owner based in the United States, over the age of 18, own at least 51% of your business, and need grant funding. We talked about what you could use the grant funding for, and then your secret to winning that funding being tied to your social impact. And if you want help winning grants, not just getting a list of grants and spraying and praying, hoping something sticks, I have a mentorship program that'll walk you through it with my help on how to win these grants. Not just apply, not just be interested, not just collect free information and try to piecemeal it together. It took me 5 years to get here in the professional space. I'm used to winning millions in my personal life. The professional space is a whole nother game, and it changes all the time. Speaking of, that's what I wanted. That's why I jumped on here to talk to y'all. Let me tell y'all what I noticed recently with grants. Let's see if I can read my writing. They want you to let them know also that you plan to still be in business after they give you the money. So some grants make you guarantee that within 90 days up to a year of them granting you that funding, you'll still be in business. Otherwise, they can come and ask for their money back. Mm-hmm. So if you win a grant today, but then you close down your business tomorrow, they're going to be like, so go ahead and reverse that deposit on that account. Okay. So for those of you who are like, can they ever come take their money back? Just do what you told them people you was going to do with their money, and you should be good. Talk to your tax advisor when it comes to taxes on grants. We talked about that. You do not need a grant writer. That's for nonprofits. We're in the for-profit space. We apply. Remember, we talked about grant applications are in their own online portals. You fill out their applications online. You read their eligibility requirements. Make sure your business qualifies. And then you hit submit on that application, but make sure your application is good and it's getting better and better every time you apply. Grants can change their deadlines. So you may do some research, find a grant, and you think you have a long time to apply. I just seen one this week that ended 2 days early. 2 days matter because it only takes an hour minimum to apply for a grant. Give yourself at least an hour. Once you start learning how to apply for grants, you can get the grant application in. But if they close them early, you ain't got to worry about you done missed that deadline. So one grant this week ended 2 days early because they can say, oh, we had a lot of applications, or they already chose their winner. You just never know. And they can do that because it's their money. So you want to apply as early as you can, and you definitely want to apply as often as you can. And then one thing I'll leave y'all with is this. Be careful of people in your inbox. I don't care who it is. You will have people that's probably on this live right now telling you they're me, or they're with me, or they've copied our page or our page name. They'll say they're with the SBA, the Small Business Administration. I just was at an event with a rep from SBA. They get that a lot. Scammers are using their name. They're using my name. There's an AI generated video of me, y'all, lying and telling y'all to apply for their grant. So be careful. I'm not in your inbox. I'm not asking you for money. I don't coach in the inbox. I simply send you to where we live online on Beyonce's internet, to the link in our profile that'll walk you through how to work with me in real time in our mentorship program. You'll know it's me because this anointing can't be duplicated, baby. So I ain't worried about that. However, be careful because a lot of people falling for the okie doke because they know you're financially desperate. You're desperate for a win. You want to win. They're guaranteeing you a win. They're saying, if you pay me, if you talk to us on Telegram, we can guarantee you a grant. If you email our manager at this Gmail account, that's how you know it's a scam. Don't be giving people y'all's private information. Your people giving business names and addresses and email addresses and EIN numbers in these chats. Y'all send me screenshots of how y'all done got scammed by these scammers. Be careful, baby. That ain't me though. So just be careful. No grant is guaranteed. Even if you find somebody that's legit, that's writing grants or applying for grants on your behalf, they can't guarantee you that you're going to win a grant. Anytime someone put the word guarantee and grant together, run unless you got some freedom to give up for a couple years. Y'all see how they coming for them PPP loan people. Y'all better be careful if you like your freedom. All right, that's that on that. But also watch out for, I call them marketing grabs. They're disguised as grants. So a lot of business owners are hopping on this train. So remember, we talked about how our funding in the for-profit space are coming from foundations, corporations, organizations, and associations. Well, now you got regular entrepreneurs like a coach. It's saying, you know what? I'm going to offer a grant. There's one out here right now offering $10,000. I've seen others with less, but they're not following the laws of grants, and that's suable. That's a suable offense. They call that tort negligence, where you put something out there, it's not delivered on, and you can get sued and lose a lot. And so if you see something disguised as a grant that's really a marketing grab, meaning they just want your email address so they can sell you something later. They're going to say like, oh, you need to join our monthly membership to be eligible for this grant. You need to sign up for our email newsletter to be eligible for this grant. You need to register for an account unless, and we got one opportunity coming up where they want you to register for an account. But like I said, some of these opportunities come with like educational components with it. So what are they giving you in exchange? Are they training you on something? Are they teaching you something? Are they simply asking for your email address for free so they can sell you something later? That is not a grant. That's a marketing grab, because they know that they'll have your email address. They can sell you something later. You're probably going to go tell other people. They're going to get so many more people's email addresses to sell them something later. They're going to spam your account with a lot of promotional emails before they announce a grant winner, if they ever announce it. And if they announce it and award a grant, that's just their marketing budget in action. They just save money on marketing, but you're really who they were trying to go after, but it was cheaper to offer a grant versus pay for Facebook ads. So be careful. There's scams out here. So if you want to learn how to just avoid those pitfalls, get my one-on-one feedback just like this. I'm going to tell you the real. I have nothing to hide. I'm very transparent about how this stuff works. And I've been in business since 2005. So 2 decades in the game. And it's a lot of stuff going on, but ain't nothing new under the sun. Ain't that what Lauryn Hill say? No, that's the Bible. Lauryn Hill says everything you do has already been done. I mix rap and scripture sometimes. So if you want to come hang out with this crazy Christian, check us out. Link in profile. Link in bio. And come join us. Are there any questions before I go? I'm going to hop off unless you are over on our page getting logged in to the mentorship portal. If you're the first one to join us, you get a free call with me. And yeah. If you hung out, which I see, I wait till our numbers get real low and then I give the bonus. Anyone on the registration site getting signed up for Black Women in Grants and need me to wait, just put wait in the chat. I'm happy to wait and help you get logged into the mentorship portal so you can get access to your books, to the apps that'll read the books to you, to interviews I've done with grant winners. What else is there? Replays of events I've done teaching you all about grants and that social impact, those secret SEO keywords, that secret language of grants. And it's 5 other programs that you can go join and get in for free right now because you're with Black Women in Grants, and they come highly recommended. I've been through them, and these are incubator, accelerator, and fellowship programs. And fellowships are designed to help you as a leader better develop, especially if you're ready to like hire your first employee, or you want to be your first employee and you're ready to get things together business wise to start bringing that in. There are some free programs you can join that grants have covered, and I recommend. So I come highly recommended as one of their alumni. I graduated, child, and I got their certificates to prove it. And then it's something else over there. I don't know. But anyway, you can just put wait in the chat if you need me to wait. Make sure you get your welcome packet for the mentorship. And then let's see who is our highest hearter today. Mama G. Mama G Ebrielle and Vicky, you're already in our crew, girl. But Mama G is number one. Ebrielle is number two, and Vicky is coming in at number three with the most taps recently. So if y'all inbox me really, really quickly, I want to bless you access to our free mini masterclass. It's going to teach you how to find, apply for, and win grants as a Black woman for-profit small business owner. It's a 27-minute mini masterclass. It's only 23 of y'all. So really, our top three hearters can inbox me. Or if you're on here with really pure and good intentions, you know you've been engaging, you know you've been tapping. TikTok keeps track of that. So you can send me a message as well. I see Billionaire's been tapping, Be Elite, Capricorn Kimmy, Coach Brown, Shashu. Like TikTok records the top 99. Plush Lady, Cerrito. Y'all are our top 10 tappers. So you can definitely inbox me. And anyone else, if you're just joining and you would like access to our free 27-minute mini masterclass, we're building a community in addition to the one here we have on TikTok. I'm usually live with you guys here Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so this is a part of our mentorship. This is a part of me giving back. This is my social impact in action, coming in, teaching about grants, helping you with your business, inviting you into our mentorship if you want to take it a step further. And so we have another community that we're building in addition to TikTok, just in case it goes away, or shall I say when it goes away, we will still be able to stay in touch via our other platform and medium. So inbox me quickly. I'm going to log off our other two live streams. Thank y'all for hanging out. Not TikTok. Y'all are the last to go. So y'all inbox me while I'm doing this.